Start, as we always do, with the jar of names. Let's pick out a name for this podcast of 46. Okay, we have a name. This video is for everyone, including, but not excluded to, Mr. Laughing Corpse 2. Very well. Shall we begin then? Let's just sort out my jar of names. There we go. It's going down. Compared to the other jar of names, it's very thin, small in there, if you know what I mean. But yes, let's do this. So this is a cup of tea and podcast. I have my cup of tea right here. It's a bit hot at the moment, so I won't drink it, but it is here. So, do you take your podcast with tea? I do. Right, what have we got? So this week, it is E3. It's exciting. It should be happening today when this goes up, which is fantastic. I'm watching something tonight of it, which is Sunday. It's a Bethesda conference. I'm going to do a video about that. In fact, you might have already seen that video. It should have gone up before this one. But I haven't actually recorded it yet, so I need to do that as well. But yes, and of course, if you want to skip ahead in this podcast, you can skip to this week's topic, which is the new Ratchet Clank game. You can also skip to Book Club. You can also skip to this week's question. I think I said squip. You can also squip to this week's goals. You can also squip to this week's comment. And you can also skip to this... No, you can't. You can't skip to this week's and next week's videos, because that's what I'm going to say now, which is a good segue. In fact, I do need to open up the page on my computer so I can see what they were. Very well. So what videos do we got? What video did we had last week? Last week we had a few videos. You may have seen them, you may not have seen them. But here we had Coming to the Podcast, episode 45, episode 45, 8th of the 6th, 2015, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 31, Song of Storms, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, episode 5, Base of Operations, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 32, Fishing with a Fox, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, episode 6, It's My Templar Treasure, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 33, Sea Cow, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, episode 7, Pointing at Shops, and Try Baking Something, episode 6, Shortbread. And this week, today, we have... Oh no, we might have already had, like I just said, E3 2015, A Penny for Your Thoughts. We should also have this week, today, A Cup of Tea and a Podcast, episode 46, 15th of the 6th, 2015. And then we also, later today, will have Harvest Moon Back to Nature, episode 34, Super Rod. And then Tuesday, tomorrow, we shall have Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Episode 8, Naval Assault, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, Episode 35, Obadum, will be out on Wednesday. Thursday, Assassin's Creed Episode 9, It Had to Be Done. On Thursday, Friday, it's Harvest Moon Back to Nature, Episode 36, 40k Warrior Man's Cow, Nesquik, yeah, that's right. And then Friday, we'll have Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, no, Sunday. Week's time. It'll be Assassin's Creed Brotherhood Episode 10, Virtual Pointing. And also we've got the Tristan video at the weekend, which has got to do with E3. Very well. What is next? It is the update. Right, so the update this week, we have changed a few settings on my capture devices and recording stuffs and editing software and stuff. You may have seen a few videos which I've now deleted. What do? I'm now recording in a different file format. Instead of MP4, I'm recording in MPEG-2, or at least a variation of MPEG-2. It's so basically because my videos were getting... I found out, though, they didn't look as hot as they should have done, like quality-wise. So I changed the setting to make it more high. It's very good quality. But whenever I recorded those in MP4, it just corrupted the whole video, and I couldn't do that video. So I changed it to MPEG-2. It seems to work a lot better now. It seems to work. That seemed to work pretty well. I did that a few times. And then I thought, I'll change up my Sony Vegas rendering and FX settings. So I changed them to make it a little bit more natural lighting, I suppose, is what it says. It looks a little bit less white, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. But, people seem to like the videos I did on them, so we'll stick with that for now and see how it goes, do a trial week or something. The only problem I have seen so far is I've rendered one video with these settings on. It was a pointing one. I didn't change all the settings. It was just like a quick, bush bang, get it out so I can watch it, so I can talk over it, and it was like, when you sort of like, it's stuttering and it goes really slow. That happened, so hopefully it won't happen in the proper ones that I've actually properly edited. I think it was because I didn't change one setting, which is something that I can't remember to say, but I think it's because I did that, so that might be why it happened, but hopefully it'll work out. So let me know what you think of the quality, if they look better. For some reason it does say that it's in 60 frames per second. It's not in 60 frames per second, because Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is not in 60 frames per second, it's in 30. But we'll change it as it goes along. Right, pictures this week as well for the update. We've got a box of shortbread, broken shortbread, cooling shortbread, mixing spoon, and shortbread fingers. And then if I can quickly find out the other pictures we've also got... If I load it up. We have an Uno card, the Uno trophy, if you remember that ages ago from Sibling Rivalry. We've also got BSL thing that I did ages and ages ago. I'm going back to old pictures as well, by the way. I've also got the dominoes, if you remember the domino video, and another box of dominoes. So, old days, old videos. Right, okay, that's that I've done. Topic, right, this week's topic is Ratchet Clank. It's the new Ratchet Clank that they've announced. We all knew this was coming. They've said this many times. It's the game based on the movie they're making of Ratchet Clank. They finally showed off a trailer and some gameplay footage. When I first saw it, I was a little bit like, I suppose Ratchet Clank looks a little bit samey. But I realised the reason I felt like that was because this is actually what it says it is. This is a retelling of the first game, and the reason I felt it was so familiar is because I've played the first game. I know what happens in the first game, and you see certain parts. It looks completely different, but you see certain similarities. Like, for example, in the gameplay trailer, they have to get on a ship on a city planet, which is like Metropolis, which you have to do in the first game. Obviously, it's very different, but it's the same sort of things. There's loads of different little tiny things that are... Yeah, you wouldn't think to look at them to think they're the same, but they are quite the same. It's like the same. I always say this in Ratchet Clank stuff. Like I said, bridge animations and stuff, and there's like different things that match up with things they've done in the past. There's loads of different things like that, and it looks like in this game you're going to see a lot of that as well, because it is obviously retelling, and it's very faithful to the original content, which I think looks quite good. And also there are some new things as well. Like, for example, what is it? There's a weapon that changes things into 8-bit characters, which I think looks fantastic, which I can't wait to use. But yeah, it looks very good. Obviously, the whole camera system from the future trilogy as well, so it looks fantastic. So I can't wait to play it. So yeah, hopefully that'll be good. Right, and that's that. It looks pretty good. Yeah. We'll see when it comes out, how well it is, but I think it'll be pretty good. Loads of people seem to be loving it. And it's on PlayStation 4 as well, so HD quality. And the other bit of topic news is, of course, it's E3. I did say that today is the main E3 press conferences, where it's going to be like a EA, Sony, all that sort of stuff. Bethesda was yesterday, which I am going to watch till later tonight. I've got to wait up until 3 o'clock in the morning to watch that, which is going to be pain in the bum. But I'm usually up that time anyway, so I should be able to watch it. And then, like I said, on Monday today, there'll be loads to do. And then tomorrow there's some, and then it's obviously E3 starts properly from then onwards. Yes, there is a video I put out, like I said, the penny for your thoughts or stuff. I will talk more about that later in the question bit, but we'll talk that later. But yes, it's exciting. Hopefully some good games are going to be announced. We'll obviously talk probably more about that later this month. No, in that video that is going to go out on the weekend. What else is next? It is book club. Still reading. What is it? Sword of Destiny, the Witcher book, the next one. I'm halfway through it now, probably over halfway. It's I love it. It's fantastic. There's lots of Yennefer stuff, if you know who Yennefer is from the games. There's lots of stuff to do with her. Like, you find out some history prior to the Witcher 3 and Witcher 2 and Witcher 1, which basically all I can say is, wow, I do not like Yennefer anymore. She's definitely not who I thought she was. And there's also a lot of Dandelion stuff as well, which is quite fascinating, I suppose. Like, there's a lot of Dandelion. Like, so far, every story he's been with Dandelion, which I don't know if they're ever going to split up. I think they split up. I mean, they're not always together, I don't think. But yeah, I suppose it's interesting. I'm not getting a little bit tired of Dandelion, but especially since the story I'm in now, it's quite heavily about Dandelion. Because he's meeting up with one of his friends from his troubadour school, or whether it is the guild, or whatever they call it, I don't know, I'm not sure, but yes, very interesting. But that's that. Right, community. This week's community, what have we got? We've got Mention Monday. These are the people that commented on last week's videos, or at least the ones prior to Monday or Sunday. We have Mr. Domic98, 40k Warrior Man, That Horse 2, Horia, Kostas Grekos, Toby Clinically Insane, Dragonlord 55511, and Glivglove. And if you want to get in the Mention Monday or in the Jar of Names, you just have to leave a comment between now and Sunday and you will get in it. So it's fantastic. Right. So thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. What have we got next? It is Q&A. Nick Pro says, can I say the name of his town? Because apparently I murdered it last podcast. So he says, can I say it out? Right. So apparently it is... Is that an I or is it an A? I can't tell. I can't tell what it is. It's either Halkidiki or Haikidiki. Kidiki. Yeah, I think I got that right. You'll have to let me know, Nick Pro, if I got that right or not. I'm sure you will. But anyway, next question is from my Lord of Dragons, Dragonlord 55511. He says, hello, Sir JDTwoSixTwo. I have a question and a riddle for you. Question: have you ever had or played with Lego building bricks when you were younger? Younger? I still play with them now. I've got some things on my backdrop, my video backdrop, from Lego Star Wars Rebels, because I love that show and I wanted to get all the little Lego, because I know they've got the Ghost, which is the big ship. And at the moment, I'm reaching over to get them. I've got the Phantom, which is like the mini ship that attaches onto the Ghost, which you can actually do with a Lego, which is fantastic. It's got Ezra. It's also got Chopper as well, which is fantastic. It's got like little guns you can fire. It's fantastic. I've also got Ezra's speed bike race, which is a Stormtrooper speed bike and Ezra's speed bike. And they've also got a Stormtrooper carrier as well, which is quite cool. But yeah, that's the Lego I've got behind me at the moment. I've also got a Lego Gandalf as well. You may have seen that in what was it? Try something random, I think it was. One of those episodes. 2, I think. Maybe 3, no. I can't remember what one it was, but yeah, I've got those on my wall as well. I'm going to actually do later on in the life, when I've tidied my room and stuff, I'm going to do a video showing you what's on this wall now, because it's changed a little bit since you last saw it, but yes, I've got loads of Lego, and I do stable that. I've got a massive box downstairs somewhere with loads of Lego. And maybe I'll do a video about Lego later in life as well, because I want to try and build a city or something. But yes, and the riddle: we hurt without moving, we poison without touching, we bear the truth and the lies, we are not to be judged by our size. What are we? Hint: it is something that comes out of your mouth when you speak. I knew this. I read it when I got to poison, and then I said we bear the truth and lies. I knew what it was. It is words. Sorry, I can't remember what the word was. Word. I couldn't remember what the word was, and it was word. No, I'm so silly. Yes, words. I'm thinking it's words or speech or something like that. Anyway, what's after Q&A? It's subscribers. This week's subscribers, I think we've gone up 3. We did go up to 4 because it was 1,043. It's now 1,046, but it did go up to 1,047, which is quite good. But we've got 4 people this week. We've got Poi098. We have Kwang Hung Nguyen. Sorry if I murdered your name. We've got Kostas Grekos, and we've also got the Daniels L. Dot. So yes, thank you for joining the community, and hopefully you enjoy the videos. Right, what we got? This week's question. Last week's question was the Assassin's Creed thing, which no one seemed to partake in, so there's no answers for this week. But this week's question is pretty cool. Because it's E3, I've made that video, that A Penny for Your Thoughts E3 2015 video. What I want you all to do is, if you're watching any of the E3 stuff, or you hear any E3 news, let me know what you think of that stuff. Like, post a comment on that video, and I'll use it in my video this weekend about the E3 stuff. So obviously you give me your thoughts, and I will use them thoughts in the video, because it's a community thing. We're all a big group here, so we'll all put it together, and we'll sort of talk about what we liked from E3 on that video, and I'll read it off, and we can all have a big discussion. I'm doing this because I noticed on last week's podcast I mentioned about Fallout 4. Pardon me. I think it was Mr. Domic98. He sort of said, he had like a big comment, which you probably saw in Mention Monday a bit here, where he's saying like, oh no, I disagree about the Fallout 4 thing. It looks a lot different, like it's more colourful and stuff like that. So I'm hoping more of that stuff, please, with that video, because obviously you all seem to be very vocal about the games you like, so hopefully it'll work out quite well. You'll enjoy telling me what you think of that game. But yeah, I'll leave that video up all week until E3 is going on. I explain better in the actual video I'm going to make about it, but hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you partake in it, but yeah. Let me know, and I'll read them comments off when I'm talking about my stuff. Right, but that is that week's question. What is next? I forgot about last week's question as well. I'm sorry about that. It was a good one as well, so I'll save that for another week. Right, what's next? We have this week's comment. This week's comment is not really about what it said, it's more about what it is. But it's from Vathorse2, and he says, I passed my exams. Here are the results. Out of 10. Dutch, 7 out of 10. English, 9 out of 10. Society stuff, 8 out of 10. Maths, 9 out of 10. Science, 8 out of 10. Biology, 7 out of 10. Economics, 6 out of 10. Yes. So I'm putting that here because that is very well done. You have passed your exams. That is fantastic. So congratulations, Vathorse2. You did very well. Your English is 9. Dutch is 7. And maths was 9. So fantastic. You're a little English/mathematician on our hands. But yes, congratulations, Vathorse2. Well done. That's why it's this week's comment, because that is fantastic. Right, what have we got next? Birthdays. If you have a birthday, let me know when it is. I will add it to the book and wish you a happy birthday when it's your birthday. Fort Horrier last week said when his birthday was, which is fantastic. Somebody actually did it. They actually told me. So you, sir, will get a very special happy birthday when it's your birthday, which is in July, I believe. The 8th, I believe. What is next? That is it, actually. Yeah, so that is this week's done. What have we done? What time are we on? 14. No, we can't do this in 15 minutes, but we'll probably get 60 minutes. I was always 16. I need to get these quicker. But yes, that is this week done. Last week's goals, what were they? I think they were to play Skyrim, which I did not do, unfortunately. I'm not sure why. I'm going to do it after I've done all this stuff after this, as I'm waiting for the Bethesda press conference to start. Oh, and Game of Thrones to start. I will be playing Skyrim because I have nothing else to do. I suppose I've got work stuff to do, like planning out videos, but I can do that when I need to. So that's good. I can actually get started up now, and hopefully it'll be all well. Monday I can do it as well, which will be cool. So yes, I didn't complete that, but it will be sort of tomorrow-ish. The other one was to start planning Q2, actually create a document. I've written like a paragraph, but I've done it. It's the video going out this week, because there's a video I was going to do I think it was back in January time. I left it until the month or so after that, and now it's been changed again. I was going to do it this week, but I haven't, so now I'm going to change that for next quarter, And now I'm going to do a different one, because obviously E3, so I'm going to make this an E3. So I'll plan that video, but this is technically part of quarter 3. So technically I did do that one. But yeah, it's basically a list saying like the introduction, and then I've got some space to write notes for the press conferences, and then we'll sort that out. But yes. So technically I did do that one, so 1 out of 2 is not bad. But this week's comments, goals, are to start Skyrim up again. It will happen today or tomorrow. Oh, do you know why it was? It was because Assassin's Creed 2 Brotherhood. I was saving it up to get money, and I'm now a millionaire in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, so that's fantastic. But yeah, I'll start playing that when I can, so that's another one. And then I guess continue with quarter 3, planning that one, hopefully get that all sorted out. And we'll have another one. What other one should we have? I don't think there is any more, actually. I did want to tidy my room. No, do you know what I did? I did say last week that I wanted to get videos like 3 weeks ahead, or whatever it was, 2 weeks ahead. I actually did that. I did last week's, the one you just seen, the shortbread video. I did the sibling rivalry video for next week after this week. And then obviously this week's video I'm going to record during the week anyway. So I've sort of done that. I've sort of, made a backlog of that sort of stuff. So that's good. So that means I'm ahead. So I did do the bonus one, which is good. But the other one, what can the other one be? Alright, we'll leave the other one because I can't think of anything. I would like to tidy my room, but I want to try and get stuff sorted first before I do that. But yeah, that's this week's goals. This week's hints. What was last week's hint? It was a short video, because I used that pun in the video. It's a shortbread video. This one, for next week's videos... Oh no, it's this week, isn't it? Oh yeah. Oh, that's not that one this week then. That's not this week's hint, that's the other week's hint. Yeah, but this week's hint is something to do with E3. You can probably guess what it is, but we'll see exactly how it turns out. Hopefully it will be a good video. I'm hoping it will be. Might do it an annual thing as well. But yeah, right, that's next week done. I'm going to finish my cup of tea, which I haven't actually had at all. That's right. That'll keep me going for the night. But that's good. Right, that's that done then. All right then. Until the next time we meet, fellows and gentlemen and ladies and everybody, I will go now. Going to probably go and watch... No, I'm not. I need to record a video. And then I'm going to go and watch Mr. Norrell and Jonathan Strange. I got them names wrong, but that's amazing. I'm loving it. But that's for next week. Very well. Until the next time we meet, farewell. And what film? I got downhearted every time that I... Pumbaa, not in front of the kids.